go.
You ready, Sam?
Oh, yeah.
Am I okay here? Am I okay?
Hey, beautiful.
Okay. All right. Am I saying welcome to the Jackie and Daryl
Yes.
show? Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Okay.
In.
Who's Bizak?
And 3, 2.
What's up, everybody?
Wait.
Welcome to the Jackie and Daryl show. We're back.
We're back.
It's been a while. We're back and
Gosh,
back in the studio and
It's
getting it
hot under
going.
these lights, too.
Yeah.
I'm sweating.
And I miss Jackie. I don't know where she's been.
Miss me.
She
I've been
went
right
on vacation.
here. I've been
on
right here. What you mean you missed me? That's like my neighbor next door says, "Oh, where you been? I live right next door to you. What do you mean
Ring
where
the
have I
bell
been?"
sometime, right?
Yeah, that's a whole nother story. We're not even gonna talk about that. I feel myself getting upset. So let's just keep moving.
Typical Jackie. Like
keep moving.
We're not even like 1 minute in and she's upset.
Man.
Simi, 3.
You bring us up?
3, 2.
Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome to the Jackie and Daryl show once again. We are chilling. It's casual day.
Thank God.
But we're having a good time. We're ready to have a good time. But before we get started, I have to tell you what happened to me.
Oh my gosh.
This is like the new millennium, and this prejudice has got to stop. This natural fear of black people has got to end.
What is that about?
Listen.
We got a black president. I mean, get over it.
Not only that, my godfather is white. I mean, go figure.
Really?
I got a god brother. He's Italian. But check this out. I was downtown. I was in a suit. I was going to a meeting. Now, I'm about to go into the building, and someone waved to me because they saw the show.
Oh, right.
They were like, "Hey, Daryl from the Jackie and Daryl show." I was like, "Hey, how you doing?" True story. And when they waved to me, I went to wave back. There was a white lady, an old white lady next to me. When I raised my hand up to say hi back, she went, "Ah!" Like,
Are you serious?
I'm so serious. I looked at her, I said,
What?
"You kidding me, right?" Exactly what I did to her. I said, "Are you kidding?" She goes, "I didn't know what you were gonna do. You lift your hand up so fast." I said, "Wow. So you thought I was gonna hit you or attack you?" I said, "I have a suit on. I had my iPad in my hand. I mean, do I like really look like I'm about to rob somebody?"
You're a black man, though.
But
Yeah.
it just goes, she was an older lady. Like, she's an older lady. So that, you know, and I can't totally blame her because I remember in the summertime they had the mob action downtown where they were robbing people, and I guess they must have been black. So, but
That's so stupid.
it was funny to me that
crazy.
in the new millennium we still have to go through that, and that's not everybody. It's just some people. But I just thought it was
That's
kind of, it was hilarious and it was sad.
Ridiculous. Yeah.
And it was sad.
Very
Like,
sad.
I looked at her like, wow, really?
Like, for real?
And she was like, she grabbed her purse, everything
gosh.
fell on the wall, and I was like, wow. I was like, man, you make me want to rock. No, I'm just.
You made me want to hit
I was
you.
like, but it was just so that happened to me, and I just wanted to share that with you because I just thought it was hilarious that this lady thought I was gonna actually rob her.
That's where we still are, though.
And I'm like, we're downtown, in the heart of downtown. I'm suited and booted, getting ready to go into a business meeting, and I didn't even have my earring in. I mean, come on.
You're like, I got rid of all the blackness. All
Everything.
the blackness was gone.
When she jumped, I even said, "Oh, you're right." So yeah, so that's what happened to me, guys. I just thought it was hilarious. Write in to us, Tell us something that happened to you. A funny thing that happened to you. Go to jdtvforyou.com and just give us your experience. We like to have fun. Share it with us. You'll be anonymous, or if you want your name said, we'll say it. But we need these type of stories because it's what keeps me going. It's just, I think it's hilarious. So what's going on today?
Well, we have an interesting letter and a wonderful question. But we're going to start it by reading a letter from one of our viewers. And let's get into the letter. Okay, let's get into the letter. It says, Dear Jackie and Daryl, I watch your show all the time and I can personally relate to many of the things that you all say. I wanted to get in on the conversation this week because I would like to have your opinion on this situation. I'm a man and a husband and a father to 3 very beautiful children. I love my wife, but I'm finding it harder day by day to like my wife. Whoa. Don't get me wrong. She is a good person, but she has had a difficult past. There were some things that she went through that she would never get over. She's never gotten over. Things dealing with trusting others until it has made her distrusting of me. And just to let you know, have not stepped out on our marriage in any way. But my profession takes me out of town a lot and I deal with a lot of people from all walks of life. My wife does not always understand why I have to be away from home so much and why I have to be around so many people. It just so happens that part of my job requires me to network and some odd hours, but if I am to provide the lifestyle for my family that I want for them, then I have to do what I have to do. It's just that simple. I've been accused of cheating many times before, even tough. In every case, I've proven of my whereabouts. We argue at the drop of a hat over little stuff that does not even matter. Your show today is talking about emotional decisions and where did it land you. I guess this is me you were talking about. I can remember when I first met my wife. I just happened to be going through one of the toughest patches of my life, and I met my wife at a time and she really had my back. She stood by my side through that dark period. So I'm beginning to think this was my emotional decision. What do you think? Sign, going nowhere fast.
Wow.
Wow, definitely going nowhere fast.
Wow.
Well, he had a lot to say. He covered a lot of stuff.
So that kind of puts me in mind of the question for today, which is, now that you made your decision, do you intend to get out of it or just stay in it, right?
Well, it looks like he's gone through a lot of stuff. She has some trust issues. He picked her based on where he was and not where he was going. And maybe at the time when he picked her, he didn't know where he was going.
And let's go even farther up in the letter. Let's break it down. He said that his wife had a difficult past.
Right.
Dealing with others and trusting others and different things like that. And it seems to have taken a toll on their relationship. So let's start there.
Okay.
The thing is, when you get with somebody, we have to start doing some investigation. Meaning, ask questions.
Before you get married.
Before
you say I do.
Yes.
Too late to start asking questions then.
And often what we do, we're very surface based in relationships.
Yeah.
We don't eliminate the crap.
Yeah.
We don't, and when I say that,
we don't ask the right questions.
We don't ask the right. That's what I mean.
We don't ask the right
questions. Because see, if you ask the right questions,
you're gonna get the right
crap.
answer. Yeah.
So you ask the right questions. What did you go through with your last?
The details, the history, the history.
Did he scar you? Did he hurt you?
Yeah.
How did he talk to you? What was your relationship like? With the past men in your life, and how did you deal with it? Things like that. I think you need to try to get to the root with someone that you plan on being with, because then you can get a better hold emotionally
on where they are, gauge
emotionally
where they are.
You can see if it's something that can be worked out, but you can start working it out before you get so far.
Or you could decide this is not gonna work for me,
right.
And I'm not gonna go forward with this and marry this person.
Exactly.
So you have to ask the right questions.
Yep.
The history talk.
Yeah.
Where you come from, where you been, who was you with, what did they do to you, all that stuff, right?
What's your
We don't-
5-year plan? And
Yeah.
I used to personally think that was like one of the dumbest questions.
Yeah.
Like when I hear people talk about like what's your 5-year plan or 10-year, what's your goal? What do you want to be in life? I was like, why you have to ask all that?
That's a
But
good
you have to
question.
ask those questions because if you're trying to go here and that person isn't trying to go here, there's going to be a clash.
Oh yeah, they want to stay where they are.
Because you want to be here, they might want to just be content with being here, and it's like this. There's no connect.
There's no connect.
So you have to see if the person is trying to be here too,
Yeah.
or if you're trying to be there, vice versa.
Yeah.
And if you don't check these things out, you're gonna be in a whirlwind of
We
trouble
don't ask those
when you get to
questions
the
though.
end. But why?
Because I'm in love.
Because we don't want. You know why we don't
I'm
ask?
in love, and
No.
he loved me, and I love him.
You know why we don't ask
and
those
you're
questions?
in a fantasy world. You're all in a fantasy.
We don't ask those questions, guys, because we really don't want the truth, or we just sometimes
You don't
we just don't
care.
care.
You don't care.
We want instant gratification. She fine. She got a big booty. She thick.
Right,
we want
right.
it, right? I'm keeping
Is
it
it
real,
true?
guys. I'm not trying to be
It's
funny.
true.
I'm keeping it real.
Keep it real,
What do
my
you think?
friend. Keep it real, my friend, because that is exactly.
Keep it real, like a $2 bill.
That's what it is.
Man,
I mean,
and it's
you don't care.
And we've all made those
Sure.
mistakes.
I've made that mistake.
Everybody.
More than once.
I've made it.
More than
We've all made
twice.
it. We've all made it. But
Yeah.
the thing is, are we gonna keep making the same mistakes and the same decisions, or are we gonna learn from them and we're gonna move forward and make either that relationship better or the next relationship better? Where are you gonna stay at?
Okay, so here we are. You're in this jacked up relationship, okay? Because you didn't ask the right questions, you didn't ask any questions. He didn't ask any questions, you didn't ask any questions because we was in love and we was in fantasy land and it was so wonderful.
was all
I love him.
good.
He loves me. Oh, I get goosebumps when he walks into the room. Oh, they just everything. And then you said I do. And then everything changed. Everything changed. So now it's like you're starting to notice all that stuff that they were doing before. Now you see it. But they were doing it all the time. So now you see all this stuff. So now it's like, oh, wait a minute. Because, whatever hard time he was going through in the letter, and so many of us, we're not going through that hard time anymore. Hard time's over. Everything's okay. We're going good. Now it's like, who are you? I don't know. I don't even know you.
And then sometimes,
And you've grown.
yeah.
And you've grown, he's grown, and she didn't, or she grew and he didn't. So now, here you are, and like we said this on our other show, you pick someone for where you were and not where you were going, and maybe you didn't know where you were going.
Yeah.
So now, what do we do? What do we do? So now you find
What do
yourself
you
in
do?
this situation. Do you stay?
Yeah.
Do you go? How are you gonna go?
And
what are people
how
gonna
long?
think about you?
How long? And you might be asking a question. So what are you saying? You don't fight for it, or you don't? No, you fight for it. But at what
How
point?
long? How long you gonna fight?
At what point
do you say that's
end
enough?
it, or do you just, if it doesn't change, when do you end it? Do you stay in it? Do you keep fighting and keep getting the same result, or do you say, you know what? I'm sorry, this ain't working. We need to do something different.
Or you're fighting for what?
What are you fighting for?
You're fighting to end. I mean, because you're fighting to end because it's going to end because you have no communication. You probably never really did because you never really talked about anything that mattered. You talked about a bunch of surface, empty, nothing stuff.
Yeah.
So, but now you never had those in-depth conversations, right?
Yeah.
Never had those kind of conversations. So now you want to go deep. They not deep.
And what are those?
He not deep.
What
She
are,
not deep.
What are those in-depth
Deep
conversations? Like,
5-year plan.
Yeah.
Where you going?
yeah, like what do you want to do with your life? You want to go back to school?
Right.
Do you want to
Who
stay
are
at the
you?
job you at? What are your goals?
Yeah.
What are you striving
What are your
towards?
gifts? Do you even know what your gifts are? What do you like to do? What do you do that makes you feel the most like yourself when you're doing it? And you would do it for free. Do you know the answer to that
Oh,
question?
man.
Isn't that a
I
good
know what it
question?
is.
I know mine.
I'll do this right here for free.
Yeah,
Been doing it for
great.
free. Time for, hey, if you know anybody that want to give us some money, just send a shout out. But no.
We
but,
love this.
But this is, I mean, this is for.
These are the questions that you're supposed to be asking when you're in a relationship. Of course, we don't ask those questions.
Yeah.
Nobody asks those questions.
And the thing is, when are we going to ask those tough questions so we can help one another get out of bondage, right?
Yeah.
Get out of hurt.
Or how about
Get
this?
past anger.
Or just not start something that's never gonna work.
But you
ask
don't know
those
that if
questions.
you don't ask the questions.
You have to ask those questions at the beginning, and then you can head off walking down the aisle with somebody. Now you're married, and we done bought a house. And why? Why are you
Because
buying a house with
cool.
somebody that you don't even get along with?
Yeah.
But we done bought a house, but we both moving forward.
Yeah.
Even though we don't speak, even though we ain't slept together in a year. We don't sleep together, we don't communicate, we're not having sex. That's a problem, you know. I'm not even having sex, but let's go buy a house. That make a lot of sense, right?
That's crazy.
Let's have a baby.
Let's have a baby, thinking the baby is going to solve the problem.
Yeah, it's
no.
gonna
All it's gonna do is
complicate.
add a baby. Now you're gonna
Another
have worse problems
dynamic.
because now she's gonna be even more emotional because she's pregnant. Now she's getting fat. Now her feet are swollen. Her ankles are swollen. Her nose is spread. She's having all these side effects. Now you got a whole nother damn problem on your hands. It ain't just having a baby is not the issue. It's not the solution.
No, because
Not at
now
all.
you done added a whole nother dynamic. Now we got a baby, and I can't stand her, and I don't even know if I like him. And now it's having a baby. Now we got a house, and we got a baby. Oh, let's buy another piece of property. Okay, let's go. Now we got this building over here, and the house, and the babies, and we don't even have. How did we have the baby? We got together that one time because he was drunk. And I know I was because, you know, I don't even like him. We sleep in separate rooms.
Punch drunk love.
All of this. So how long do you keep going? I mean, what you have another baby?
Like what has to happen
to
for
make
this to
you
stop?
say
Enough is enough.
is enough. Now what I've learned is that it takes courage to say no more. It takes courage to say
And it's
goodbye.
not. And it's the guys.
Stop.
It's not as easy as what we're saying. It's not that easy.
Well,
it's not.
You know
it's
what,
not. It's
you know
not
what I
easy.
think?
It's
know
not
what
easy.
know what I think? I think that it is that easy.
How? It's not that easy.
I think
if
that
you're
it
with
can't-
somebody
I know,
and
but I
you're
think,
with them,
I'm not saying easy, but I think that we bring in all these other factors that make it more complicated because you already know you don't get along.
Yeah.
You already know how you've been trying for 100 years, and you know that you do not get along. We cannot communicate.
Right.
We do not agree on common things.
Yeah.
The sky is blue. No, it's not blue. It's green. I mean, you know, simple stuff you can't even agree on. And this has been going for this long or that long. And I mean, what? How long? What else needs to happen? You already know you don't.
when
get
is
along.
enough enough?
Right. You already know you
When
don't
is
get
enough?
along. So when do you say no more? Because continuing on, he's not happy. She's not happy. Neither one of you can move forward in your lives to be who you were meant to always be, to step into the life that you were always meant to have. You can never do that because of this, and you stay for all kinds of reasons, right? Why did you stay? You stay
because of the kids.
your kids. You stay,
because of the house.
Of the house.
You stay because
what they gonna think, what my friends gonna think, what his friends gonna think.
Yeah.
Oh, we're the couple at church, and everybody thinks that we have our thing together.
We churching.
Yeah, we churching. So, you know, we look like the couple. Everybody knows us as that couple.
Right,
We're
right.
that couple. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
who we are.
Yeah.
And so now, if we separate, oh my God, we divorced. They're gonna know we were lying.
Yeah.
They're gonna know.
I knew something was wrong.
I
It
knew.
was too perfect.
I knew they wasn't never right.
Church folk,
And
we
so,
could be the worst.
so they're gonna say that. So you're thinking about that, and then you're thinking about, oh, what are people gonna think about me? They're gonna know that I didn't have it all together.
And in reality, who cares what they think?
Who cares?
Because at the end of the day, they're living their life, you're living your life, and that's just the way it is. Who cares what they think?
'Cause guess
but so
what?
many times we get wrapped up in worrying
What
about
other people
what
are gonna
someone
think.
else is going to think or say about our situation.
And that's
when they
all-
should be worried about their own situation.
And that's all external stuff. So you're worried about all these external factors that don't have anything to do with this. but you're worried about what all these other outside things or outside people are going to think. So they're controlling your relationship. They're controlling what you think. They're controlling your future. They're controlling your happiness. They're controlling your peace. They are controlling that because you gave them that power because that's what you care about.
Yep.
That's what you care
And you
about.
can say what you want to,
but that's
it's
what you
true.
care about, and that's why you're still there.
Yeah.
Take some courage. Make a decision. Make a decision to be happy.
And it's not easy. We know it's not easy.
But make a decision to be happy. Make a decision to take control of your life. And or this, and I've heard people say this, church folk. God, He don't believe in me getting on the board. God don't believe in that. This is what God believes in. And I'm going to speak for Him. Ha ha ha. Yes, I am. Because I'm very close to Him. But this is what I believe. He wants you to be happy. He wants you to be happy. So He's going to say, well, I'm going to allow whatever you allow.
Yeah.
You allow that to continue? What can I do about it? I'm going to let you keep doing whatever it is you're doing until you get tired of it. When you get tired of it, Lord, what should I do? What do you want to do? Are you happy? Do you have any peace?
Yeah.
Do you have any joy?
A peace of mind.
Do you have any joy? No.
Laugh?
Well, my job is to give you peace and some joy. And if you don't have it in that, we already know it was wrong from the beginning. You should have never got married in the first place. All right, so what are you going to do? Continue? Because you made a mistake in the first place? You made a mistake.
Yeah.
We make mistakes. Forgive yourself. Forgive that person. Set each other free and move on. How long we gonna keep doing this? 20 years, 30 years.
Yeah, and
just make a decision. I'm not saying it's gonna be an easy decision, but you can get through it.
I've seen
it's
people.
life after that.
I saw this couple. They were married for 35 years and they got divorced. That's crazy. That meant that
They
for whatever reason,
stand each other for probably 20.
20 of them, but probably 25 of them.
My girlfriend, her parents were married for 50-something years, 52 years, and they divorced in their 70s. And they remained friends, but they divorced because they never liked each other. But they started having all those kids. I think they had 10 or 11 kids. They had a set of triplets, a set of twins. I mean, they had a lot of kids. So they started having all these kids, so they just stayed and raised them children.
Right.
And then, it's like, why are we continuing to do this? I don't even like you. You don't like me. Let's move on. And guess what? They became the best of friends.
After they moved on.
After they moved on.
After.
So, I mean, you have
all
to make,
those years.
make a decision. Make a decision. Take control of your own life.
And it's not easy.
And God will
guys.
back you behind that.
And it's not easy. So that's why we want your opinions and your views and your feelings. And we want to know if you're going through something. And we want to help each other get through it and figure out a way to get to that happiness. That happiness, whether it's with your significant other, whether it's by yourself, whatever it is, we want to help you find that because it's not easy.
Well, what
It's
about
hard.
this?
People are dealing with it every day.
Well, you have those friends that want to condemn you too. They'll tell you, well, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't leave. You shouldn't put up with that, whatever. I mean, you can't listen to them.
Yeah.
Look at their jacked up lives.
That's what I was about to say.
Jacked up
Don't
relationships.
listen to those bitter
Don't listen to your
girlfriends
friends.
and those angry male friends.
Don't listen to
their
them.
relationship bomb.
And if
they don't know how to get out of it, and they're in it, and they're miserable, or they don't have anybody, and they're miserable, and can't get anybody. So you got to move forward.
You have to make a decision.
When a person is by
on your own,
by themselves, sometimes there's a reason. There's a reason, and sometimes you have to. Then that reason might be that they can't get along with anybody. That reason might be because they got to work on themselves. That reason might be because they just choose to be. But there is a reason. There is a reason.
Yeah. So you have to make those decisions on your own. Make a intelligent decision based on your situation. You know it better than anybody. You could tell them or tell this person or tell that, but you know better than anybody how you feel and how you've been living. Make a decision. Take some courage for your own life and for your mate's life.
Yeah, step up.
Or the person you're involved with. If it ain't working, it ain't working. I mean, what is that? What was that they used to say?
They used to say
continue doing the same thing.
What
is that? How does that go?
You talking about the definition of insanity?
Insanity.
Doing the same thing over and over and over again, expecting a different result.
It's not gonna happen.
If you're doing the same thing over and over again, the same thing, you're gonna get the same result.
And you tried it this way, and you
yeah.
tried it that way, and you tried it that way. And then you said it this way, then I'm gonna say it this way. And now I've been saying it and doing it this way, all these different ways. 10 years. And it's still the same thing. Maybe it's not gonna change. Maybe. That's just what I think. That's just my opinion. That's just my opinion.
It's a good opinion.
I think it is.
I think it's a good opinion.
I think it is.
I think at some point we have to step up. We have to man up. We have to woman up, and we have to say, okay, this is who we are. This is what it is. Let's move forward.
Let's move forward. Move on. Move on.
What do you think? Go to jdtvforyou.com. I know we got deep and we got in, but like I said, we just want a little of your time. We want 30 minutes, 25 to 30 minutes of your time to just get this out, talk about it, converse about it. We want your feedback and what you feel. Go to jdtvforyou.com. Let Jackie and myself know what you think about what we're talking about. What can we do to make this better? How can we help people?
I have one more thing to say. We want you to be free. We want you to be whole. And whatever we can do or say that'll help you be whole, help you to be free. That's why we're here. That's why we're here. In the future show, we're going to talk about health and nutrition. We're going to get into that. Not today, but we're going to get into that.
Being healthy.
Being healthy, because, so what? You got a healthy relationship, but you're sick and you're dying. You know, that's no good.
So that's
we
another
wanna
problem.
help you.
That's another problem that people face in
wanna
their
help you.
relationships. One of them might be healthy and one of them not. One of them she might like working out.
He doesn't.
He a couch potato. You know what I'm saying? He don't want to do right. He want to eat right and take care of himself. And so he not gonna be around too long because everybody in his family had diabetes, high blood pressure. So now he's gonna succumb to that.
But
right? you don't do that.
We're gonna talk.
You don't
about
let
that.
people. You don't let your past history of your family history bring you down, because I tell you one thing. I had high blood pressure in my family. I don't have it and not gonna have it.
Me neither.
So, hey.
But that's another show.
So we'll get back with you on that one. We might do that one at the gym.
We're gonna go deep into that.
Take you into a workout. I'm gonna work her out. And y'all gonna see her crying and sweating. And I'm gonna say, do it, Jackie, you gotta be healthy.
Yeah, right. Sure he is.
I know she looks nice and petite and small, but that don't mean she can run around the block.
Yeah, right. Whatever. Anyway, we're signing off.
Thank you so much
Thank you guys for tuning in.
Thank you.
All right, we'll see you
Thank you for letting us talk to you. Thank you for letting us share other people's thoughts and their stories with you. Thank you for letting us just be who we are.
Okay, we gotta go. Bye.
As you can see, we don't like to leave, so peace out.
What? Oh my gosh,
I want you guys to go personal.
About what happened to us personally?
About things that you've gone through. 3.
What am I saying?
What you just said.
What did you say?
3.
I wasn't listening.
2. 1.
Hey, sorry we had to end so soon the last time. We just love talking to you guys, but we will tune back in next time and see you then. I don't know.
Do it again.
What am I supposed to say?
We'll
What did
continue
you
the
say?
conversation.
Continue the conversation.
Sorry we had to end. It got good. And then we're going to continue the conversation next time.
Okay, I can say that.
In 3, 2.
Wait, I'm hot. Okay.
In 3.
Okay, wait. I'm hot.
Okay.
It's the lights.